Hey Luke, what are we doing today?
We are going to try not to, I don't know, words. Try again.
Hey Luke, what are we doing today?
Well, hopefully another Kevin and Luke revival on some old beater truck. We'll see.
Except for today we even brought guests, including Junkyard Mook and Steve from the UK. He wrote an article on us. He's a good friend of ours from across the pond, and we thought, hey, how about you're here for the week? Come along on this one. So this one kind of popped up last minute, and here we are. We found one.
Casual weekend adventure here.
This is another pretty Iowan adventure. There's 1,000 miles of corn, some cool old tractors, and an old farm truck that's been sitting for 10 years.
About as Iowa as it gets, really.
Absolutely. So what are we looking at here? 69, 70, F250.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'm not sure
Yep.
if it's an FE engine.
Yeah, it's definitely an FE.
It's not rusty because you can tell it's been had
It's
a
an
nice
oil burner, so it probably runs perfect.
It's probably fine. Yeah, it
Looks like a 2-barrel.
It's an automatic, so it's probably a C6.
Hey, this is our first auto revival of.
Yeah, we've
any
never
sort.
done an auto. Maybe we'll change our opinion there.
Luke thinks it's never going to work, and I think it'll be just fine.
It's hard to say. I know that if there's a problem with an auto, you usually can't limp it, but I don't know. It's going to be a first for me.
You know what I didn't bring?
Fun.
Because we used it all on the satellite? Transmission fluid.
Oh no, and fuel line.
Let's see what we got underneath here, right off the bat.
Check it out. It still has all the functional heat riser and everything on it. So, you know, that was all designed so it would keep a consistent airflow, or air temp rather, going into the carburetor and keep a consistent tune. So when guys change stuff around, they put those big chrome air cleaners on. You know, that's great and all for performance, but with varying conditions, it doesn't really work out too well. And we should have maybe brought another 2-barrel.
Dude, that thing must burn so much oil that it's actually black. I've never seen that before.
Do you think there's a PCV valve in there at all, or what do you think's even?
I think there should be a PCV valve in there.
Yeah.
There's one of those on both breather covers, so this thing must just chooch.
Well, that should have been.
Let's check our oil right now. See
This should have been the intake side,
It
and
was.
that should have been the PCV side.
Yes.
Check the oil.
Yeah, see if there's even any left, or if it's burned at all.
Oh, uh-oh. Yay, it's not seized.
Hey, yeah.
It was kind of sticky there
The
for a
throttle works.
second.
So once again, another FE revival here on Junkyard Digs.
No.
Dang it.
I know, we just can't get away from these dang FEs.
Well, it's because everything in Iowa is a farm vehicle, because that's what this era was defined by, was, as you can guess, farming. It's honestly a pretty decent looking truck. I really like the colors. It's pretty solid. I think we got a good deal here.
And I don't know if, Iowa here we use a lot of salt, but it seems like in rural areas, they just didn't go through all the effort or didn't have the funds to salt stuff. So even though stuff was driven in the winter, it's usually not all that rusty if it lived its whole life, you know, out in the backwoods, which this one seems to have.
Dude, look at the dash. It's perfect.
It is pretty nice. The seat is pretty nice, except for half of it.
The part where you sit.
It didn't have a lot of passenger travel. Automatic. I think I already mentioned it's being an automatic. It's probably a C6.
I would imagine behind an engine that big. This is probably. The guy said that they think they changed it out, but changed motors. But this one's also got 100,000 on it. But it's probably 360, 390, unless they put an old one in. Then it'd be a 352. I don't know. We got everything set up for our revival here. We got Tang Tools on the scene. These guys are helping us out once again with these awesome tools. That's what I need.
Is this gasoline, Kevin, or did you mix this up with a jug of something else? Anyway, you want to check it with a torch?
No, I don't. I'm just gonna hope it's not pee.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
we're gonna put it in the
gas,
engine.
although it looks like something else.
All right, let's get in here and clean this sucker off.
This carpet would go great in my Galaxy, period correct.
This looks like the exact stuff that was in the floor of the Oldsmobile.
And
Look at this antenna.
he wasn't kidding when he said it took a lick. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. Dad?
What?
I don't know. I've never owned a bump side. This one's on you. Hey, figured it out.
That shouldn't have been that hard.
All right, I'm gonna go get a battery. We'll see what we can do.
Oh, come on, little twiggy arms. Yay, you did it. Uh-oh. Shoot. Where's the other terminal?
Here, you dropped this too.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, we need that probably. It's a washer.
Oh, there's stories about these. Maybe for a different day.
Legends have it.
The legends of keeping every washer you find.
All right, there's a positive.
I will just be the ground.
It's probably right here.
Oh, gee whiz. You want to check and just see if the lights work?
Oh, do we even have keys? We do.
Hey.
No signs of life. Oh,
Oh, there you go. You got lights.
we got brights.
That blinker work?
Let's just on.
Oh, do it again. You know, if you look at actually the turn signal part of the light, it works. Are you done or what? That's her, for the record. That is not me.
Yeah, do you think I should just bump it?
Let me try and turn it by hand just to make sure it's
Okay.
free so we don't hit it. Ooh.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there it is. We're good. I think it's got a sticky spot. Yep. Oh, oops.
It just has compression in one spot.
Side note, if you can turn an engine with the fan, there isn't a lot of compression. So anyway, we rolled the engine over with the wrench on the crank, and as far as that goes, everything seems like it makes a full rotation. So, I don't know, you want to hit it with the key and see what it does?
I don't think I have enough ground.
Solenoid's kicking.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do we not have a starter? Oh, that would suck. Not another starter adventure.
8 starters adventure, boy.
Okay, so as you could hear, the solenoid was going tickety tick tick, but not getting anywhere. And what we imagine that might be is the starter's probably okay, hopefully, but the posts are just corroded and it's not making connections. So what we're gonna do is just bypass the solenoid, throw a positive on the starter end of that wire and hit the negative of the booster back over here, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, getting creative. It must be corroded inside.
She cranks.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. So,
I guess this is how we're gonna have to start it since we don't have anything.
dang it.
So now normally we would go through all the effort to probe everything with a multimeter, but we're just gonna, we don't have a lot of time today. We're just gonna assume that it's, you know, pretty good. We'll sand our points since they're a little corroded, and then we'll just throw something flammable down the throat of the carb and see if it'll fire up. What do you think about that?
Okay.
All right. That's the spirit.
Do you want this?
Nope, I don't.
Again?
Be a good opportunity to check our advanced mechanism. That's a little bit better. Make sure you always put the rotor back on. That's always a fail. Ooh, she's sticky.
Is she? Good.
Yeah.
It'll run great.
It'll run, but that's not.
Did you say it? She'll run?
Oh no! I said the
She'll run.
catchphrase.
She'll run.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mook? She'll run?
What? There's a plane.
Will it run?
Yes, away from you.
Here, suck on this tube really quick. Oh, you're a quitter. Well, the vacuum advance works. Hope everyone enjoyed that part.
So we have power to the points. They spark when we open them. They're sanded. The vacuum advance works.
Yeah.
We should have, in theory, spark.
Yeah.
So let's get yield fuel.
Yeah, I think all we have is gasoline. You got any carb cleaner? Ooh.
I don't think so. Yeah, we didn't think to bring any starting fluids.
Yeah.
Why are you sanding me?
Because you need it.
All right.
Well, we got spark now.
Yeah, ignition works, and it sounds like it's the right firing order.
Kinda. I don't know why it was blowing flames up the intake when I opened the throttle blades, but
Well, considering
noise.
you can turn the cap, check this out. I've never seen this before. Oh, here, let me just advance the timing by turning the cap. No, who knows where the ignition timing is and everything, but now I don't know. You want to see if we can get our
Fuel hooked up. It
carburetor
looks like you're gonna have.
marginally functional?
Looks like we're gonna have a bit of leaks.
We can just put a funnel down there and pump that fuel back in. That's our accelerator pump.
Dump the funnel pump.
Oh no.
What do you think?
About what? Flowers? They're okay.
What are you doing putting tang tools in my pocket? These tang
So would
tools.
you rather me sand your arm?
Yes. These tang tools go in their organized
Oh.
foam carriers.
Tom's Tangs.
Pocket.
Well, you guys ruin ads. Well, before we get any farther, how about we take a quick break for a word from today's sponsor? Welcome back
Our
from
sponsor. Alright, so we're getting ready to take our top off of our 2100 Autolite here, or Motorcraft, or whatever it was at this era. Reason being, the needle and seat and float sit down in the body of this particular style. So what you're able to do, oh no, this guy, I'll have to wrestle that a little bit here. But what we'll be able to do is see if the needle and seat are actually working. Oh,
Yeah, let me just wrestle that for you.
oh yeah.
You want this in the engine, right?
Yes, perfect. That's way easier to work with than a Holly. Look at all that gunk from burning oil.
Holy crap, this is the dirtiest carburetor I've ever seen in my life. Even like around the venturas are dirty.
Yeah, it's
How bad's
unique.
that fuel look?
It actually doesn't look terrible, surprisingly. So basically what we'll do is we're going to hook up an auxiliary fuel system, and we should be able to visually see if our needle and seat are working. And it was just nice to see inside. And hey, really quick, you want to see why there's a top on the carburetor?
Sure, what you got? Oh,
So
splash control. So if you run that with your finger, you get it full enough to float the float and see if it works.
I'm hoping.
The needle and seat work.
Let's just let her buck for a second. Boom. Yeah, it's definitely working. Boop. Yep. So we got our leaky old carburetor all back together here, and of course it's leaking because Fords, and they use a lot of, I guess, Holly style carburetors that have diaphragms in them, where the power valve and the accelerator pump both use a diaphragm. And when these sit, generally they just get hard and they break, and as you see, they leak. So, you know, our accelerator pump we can probably get through without a lot of issues, but, you know, what I'm concerned about is the power valve, in that if it's split, what it will actually do is then allow fuel to go in the engine. And basically it's an enrichment circuit for the primary jets, but in this, that works off of vacuum. But in this case, it will always be adding fuel instead of at high load scenarios. So it, you know, fingers crossed here, that's still good. If it's not, we might have some issues with it running, but we don't have parts to mess with it at the moment, so we'll just see what we have. But everything's back together, we got fuel. Ready to crank it?
Yeah, let's see what happens. Jesus, that was big.
My ears. My ears are ringing. Get one last look at my eyebrows because they're gonna be gone.
There we go.
You ready?
Rest in peace, loose eyebrows.
The accelerator pump kind of works.
We don't have coolant. Hang on, that's bad. There it is.
Oh, that doesn't shut it off. The key, oh, the key actually works.
Ta-da.
All right.
So I know why it wasn't starting before. When we were doing all that stuff with the fuel pump, we flooded the hell out of this. Come look at this.
I'm sure.
There's a black spot on the ground. It was like a diesel under full load. It literally made a black spot on black dirt.
Well, that and I bet you the power valve is blown, so it's like
Jogging.
And when I'm open the throttle that much, it's coming out of the Venturis there. So I'm sure it's bad. If it did that, that's not from just a little bit of flooding, because it should have blown that into the exhaust in a hurry.
Well, it cleared out after a minute, and then it started running right. So now we see if it moves.
It seems like it runs good enough to move. Well, it's so when we
coolant,
were poking
coolant,
around,
coolant. We need coolant.
yeah, when we were poking around, we noticed there's this good little
Wet spot next to a dent.
Yeah, so and then when we looked in the top, there's not coolant that you can see. So we're gonna try and fill it here, and that's why we really haven't ran it for very long at all. But as far as the engine health, you know, it's got some FE valve train noise over there, which, you know, that's some stuff that's usually
this thing's
easy
greasy.
to correct.
It's 100,000 mile FE.
I'm just amazed it ran.
Yeah.
I mean, that just blows my mind.
bad.
So.
Oh, hey, I found a vacuum leak. We blew a nipple off back here. See it smoking out of that?
Yeah, sure is.
I've never been able to see a vacuum leak before, but there's one right there. I don't know, maybe we need to create a couple vacuum leaks for a de-richment modulator because of the blown power valve.
That might be why it was able to idle. It might not leak because that radiator cap doesn't have any sealing capacity at all.
I'm already seeing fluid too, and I've only put this much in. There, it's full.
Oh.
I brought the exact amount we needed, and a little extra.
Perfect. Bye, Kevin. Oh.
No. My back still itches. Through the whole thing, I had to scratch it.
All right, how do you stop this thing? Off?
Ready?
He's hot. Go for it.
What's going on?
Well, the smoke, but also the wheels are not spinning.
Well, you never hit the gas pedal.
No, I had it floored.
What?
That was floored. Yeah, it was
Why
just
didn't it change the throttle at all?
because it's choking. It definitely ran way richer with the air cleaner on it, so
no air cleaner.
yeah, we're just gonna take that off. Maybe our automatic is a
Non-automatic.
not. I don't know, but
Alright, well you get it running out here, I'll hop in and hit the go button.
dude, when you first fire it every time, it's just black.
Oh yeah.
You got to get some RPM in it to even somewhat counteract. It's got to be the power valve. You ready? Yep. Hold it open. I guess it's gonna shut. looking truck.
Great looking truck. Ugh. Well, okay, so for whatever reason, our outro doesn't have any audio. It's like 1 a.m. I have school tomorrow, so let's make our own audio. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the revival carburetor. Now, son, what did I tell you about interrupting me? You do it everywhere. Just everywhere we go. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this man. He is 6'7" and just loves carburetors and engines with only 3 pulleys on the front of them. Yeah, well, I just love things that have less to fail. I mean, look at you. You're kind of fat now. You barely fit in this thing. What can I say? I just love hamburgers. I can't blame you. They're delicious. And you put some fries on the side. We got ourselves a deal. I'm going to pat the truck now. Anyway, thanks for coming and watching this video, I guess, guys. Subscribe to Thunderhead 289. Yeah, finger guns. Oh, God, you are weird. Yeah. I hope you guys liked what we did with this truck. The next step is to take it home. We're going to wash it. That video will be on Luke's channel. First, I'm going to count my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing one. I think it's over there. So, we'll see you next time. Peace. Dad, can we go get ice cream? No, I'm going to the store for cigarettes. Thank you, Mook and Steve. Yas. What the hell did I just make?